Let's now bring you some updates from the auto industry. The road ahead looks bumpy for Germany's once thriving auto industry.
Pressure is mounting on the German car industry due to high costs, decreased demand, and intense competition. The German economy is beginning to feel like it is in crisis as order books appear slimmer and consumer spending power declines in the face of growing inflation. The nation's automakers are also dealing with challenges, but they are more severe due to growing structural issues in the once dominant sector. Costs are rising as a result of the shift to electric mobility and autonomous driving, and the required funding, which is currently primarily derived from sales of cars with internal combustion engines, is becoming more erratic and politically unpopular. Company results for 2023's first half were positive for brands like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Volkswagen. They all reported better earnings and larger revenues. However, investors and shareholders' expectations have been let down due to their outlooks for the remainder of the year. There is less of a desire for new cars as a result of inflation and growing interest rates. Hildegard Müller, head of the German Association of the Automotive Industry, said even if we see an increase in production, this is not a sign of easing, pointing out that sales in 2019 were still more than a fifth below pre-pandemic levels. Germany is experiencing a decline in orders, particularly for battery-powered vehicles, with demand falling to barely 60% of volumes from the year before. China, the biggest and most significant automotive market in the world, is expanding to its electric car industry at a rapid pace, widening its lead in both new registrations and manufacturing. At the moment, China is home to 1 out of every 2 electric vehicles driven globally. Chinese producers are likewise advancing technologically at a rapid rate, quickly overtaking industry leader Tesla. Domestic automobile brands are becoming more and more popular among the middle class and upper class Chinese consumers. According to the most recent data from the China Passenger Car Association (BYD), the largest automaker in China sold 29% more exclusively EVs in the first half of this year than Tesla did. Rolf Brandstatter, a board member of VW China, recently told reporters a disruption is occurring in this market after being forced to acknowledge that BYD outsold VW in the first quarter of the Chinese market. Compared to VW, BYD supplied nearly 20 times as many electric cars to Chinese consumers. VW has established a cooperation with carmaker XPeng in the areas of electromobility, software, and autonomous driving in an attempt to capitalize on China's growing automotive supremacy. 2 electric VW vehicles are expected to hit the Chinese market by 2026 as a result of the $700 million partnership between VW and the Chinese firm. Mercedes-Benz and BMW, Germany's other 2 luxury automakers, are also under increasing market pressure, as are Volkswagen's premium brands Porsche and Audi. In a recent market analysis, the auto industry consultancy firm Berils asserted that there is a change of guard in the premium class globally. According to the report, Chinese luxury makers are overtaking the fast lane in their rivalry with established German luxury brands. German automakers used a trickle-down approach to dominate the Chinese market for decades. They offered technologies they had developed as extras that customers could choose from and kept charging a premium for them until their rivals caught up. How out of step this product strategy is with the expectations of present-day Chinese car buyers, German OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, are currently getting a first taste of, with alarming implications for the future. Willy Wang, the managing director of Berils China, wrote, "As China has moved to the forefront of consumer innovation, Chinese customers have neither the patience for technologies to trickle down the line, nor the willingness willingness to pay extra for the latest features, Wang stated. German high-end automobiles were formerly thought to be the perfect status symbols for China's growing middle and upper classes. Domestic brands were thought to be low quality and technologically archaic. However, lately, cars made in China are becoming more and more popular, particularly because of the digital amenities like infotainment systems and technological assistance. This is hardly surprising considering the volume of traffic on China's congested highways. Customers view them as almost as good as major automakers, if not significantly better, when determining whether to buy anything. It's not surprising then that local manufacturers now account for 80% of China's battery electric car market. Not even Tesla is ranked among the top 10 sellers. German brands are no longer included in the ranking. With a market share of 51%, Chinese companies are expected to surpass international brands this year in the whole of the Chinese auto market, which includes cars with internal combustion engines. According to management consultants Alex Partners' 2023 Global Automotive Outlook report, this percentage is expected to increase to 65% by 2030. The analysis projects the car sales in Europe will stay roughly 15% below pre-pandemic levels. This was probably a long-term opportunity. Chinese electric vehicle producers would put more and more pressure on European automakers in their domestic markets. Yet, should sales decline, this advantage could become a liability, as the market share of China's BYD Limited has surpassed the Volkswagen brands thus far this year. Even if German automakers' market share in China for battery electric vehicles is growing, it is still extremely small, from 2.2% in 2020 to 4.8% in 2022. The combined market share of China's battery electric vehicle market owned by Audi, BMW, Volkswagen, and Mercedes-Benz increased, as per a Reuters study of sales data from the Chinese Association of Automobile Manufacturers. In 2022, the combined EV sales of the four German brands were just 25% of BYD's. German automakers' overall market share in the nation increased from 19.9% in 2015 to 24.6% in 2019, but has since dropped back to 19.1%, according to the statistics that the country's Auto Association, VDA, gave to Reuters. Numerous companies are also implementing direct sales, a strategy that German automakers like Mercedes-Benz and BMW have stated they are shifting to in recent months. And that's all for today. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Also, express your valuable thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time.